na tayo? Okay. So, welcome to Project Food Kitchen. Today nga, gagawa tayo ng very simple Thai shrimp cakes. Basically, ukoy lang siya. But yeah, Thai shrimp cakes yung tatawag natin sa kanya para siyang mahal. Diba? We sell it, ukoy lang. But yeah, medyo masosyal pakinggan. So, pwede mo siya ibenta. Lalo na ngayon na COVID situation, lockdown lahat. Everybody's a reseller or everybody's cooking at home. Nakagawa sila magpagkain sa bahay and binibenta nila. So pag nagbenta ka, you call it Thai shrimp cakes or shrimp fritters para mas maganda pakinggan. Diba? And yung dipping sauce niya, meron tayong kasama sa kanya. You call it nampla. Diba? Nampla. Ulitin natin. 1, 2, 3. Nampla. Diba? Basically, patis sa kalamansi na ilalagay natin. But yeah, dayap. Imbis sa kalamansi, lalagay tayo ng dayap or ng lime. So I'm gonna start with some kamote or sweet potato. Kaya magano para dun sa mga haters, hindi naman mga haters. Para dun sa mga baka mamaya magre-reklamo paano ako magbalat ng kamote. Madami daw ako tinatanggal lang yan. Usually when I use kamote, ginagawa ko sa kanya is nilalaga ko na or I eat it as a whole potato. Hindi ko na binabalatan because most of the nutrients kasama dun sa balat. Most of the fiber, yung niya. Actually texture, maganda rin yung texture. But yeah, para dun sa mga aarte, na tayo, babalatan natin siya. Para doon sa mga hindi maaate, yung mga pinabalatan, tutuin din natin yan para sa inyo yan. Yeah. And you want to slice this into very thin strips. And just stack this all up. Yun na, pag nag-julienne kayo, diba? Slice it really thin like this. Ito nipis lang. But you stack it up like that. And then, just cut it lengthwise. Actually, para mas madali, you know. Pwede mo siyang i-layer na gano'n. Yung pagka-layer mo sa kanya, i-layer it like that. Medyo mas katalat mo lang. So, larger yung surface area niya and it doesn't wobble. It doesn't wobble when you cut into it. Kasi pag mataas siya, di ba? You cut into it. Pagdating to sa dulo, it's gonna fall off already and mahirapan kayo mag-slice kaya. So, just spread it out like that and start slicing. Okay? Just make sure you know where your fingers are when you're slicing. So kahit hindi kayo nakatingin, kahit nakidaldalan kayo, kausap niyo, may kausap kayo. Kausapin niyo naman ako. Ayaw kausapin ng mga kasama ko dito. And that's good. So you have that. Very thin slices. And dump it into your bowl. Sama lang siya. Then next natin, maglalagay tayo for, again, kung kamote lang meron kayo, okay lang yun. But if you wanna add other vegetables, meron akong carrot. Actually, half a carrot. Ito na yan. Just gonna peel this up. Actually, one trick about the carrot also, you can just use a peeler. Binalatan mo na rin siya using a peeler. So if you have that, just keep on peeling. Keep on peeling, keep on peeling. You're getting very thin strips like this. Right? So that's what you want. And I think that's enough. Add it in. If you have, you can add a little bit of tofu. So that's what you have. So I'm using yung what do you call this? Firm. Medyo matigas na klase ng tofu. So you press it up. So it's gonna be firm enough or sturdy enough para it holds together when you fry it. Just slice it up. So small dice lang natin siya. Not that small. Ayun naman natin ng durog. And do some spring onions. Take off the roots. Chop it up. Hindi naman kailangan sobrang liit or sobrang laki. Every time I cut my vegetables or anything that I'm cooking, gusto ko medyo chunky siya ng konti, medyo malalaki. So you get to feel what you're eating. Kailangan not just taste it, kailangan nararamdaman niyo rin yung kinakain. So grab a bunch. So for the ones so hindi lang kailangan leaves yung gamitin niya. You can use also you can use the stems and the roots. Actually the roots have the most flavor. So if you want to use the roots, just smash it up, add it to your sauce also, which we're gonna do later. Chop. Miss muna. Parati kayo every time you're cooking, you clean as you go. Kaya nakakatamad magluto pag makalat. Right? So you have your vegetables, you have your and you dump in your shrimps as well. So dump it in. Grab another bowl. You have here some cornstarch, half a cup of cornstarch, and half a cup of flour, and some baking powder to make it crunchier. So it's kind of puffs up. Medyo napapaalsa natin ng konti yung pinaka-batter yan. And some salt. Here, got some salt right here. And meron din tayong black pepper. So add a little bit of that. So every time I use black pepper, I like using freshly cracked black pepper. Kung may pepper mill kayo, use a pepper mill. But if you don't, you can use a mortar and pestle or yung almirez. Because when you use yung ground pepper already, yung store-bought na ground pepper, most of the time, puro anghang na lang yung nakukuha sa kanya. So, hindi na siya mabango. It's not aromatic anymore. Good. And now, we're gonna add some cold water to this. Pwedeng cold water or you can use just simple tap water. Just make sure it's clean. So, I'm gonna add maybe 3/4 cup. Make sure everything is mixed well. Walang mga lumps, walang mabubuo na mga flour dun sa mixture nyo. So mix it up like that. So gusto niya, you wanna end up with a texture na parang or consistency na parang pancake batter. Medyo a little bit thick. Medyo thick na pancake batter. So it tends to hold everything together, all the vegetables and all the shrimps together. Grab your shrimps and vegetable medley. And just diretso na natin siya. So wala na, hindi na natin kailangan lagyan ng egg. Because the flour and the cornstarch already will bind this together. Pag didikit-dikitin na siya ng mga starches natin, yung ating okoy once we fry it. So let's mix it all together and yeah, let's set it aside, pasok natin sa ref and let it chill out. Pasok lang natin siya. So yung okoy natin, chill out nga doon. Later natin siya, later na natin i-fry pag medyo malamig-lamig. Maganda pag nag-fry ka ng okoy, medyo malamig siya para it's gonna react with the heat, yung malamig tapos yung heat nung oil mo, medyo magpa-pop up siya ng konti, it's gonna get crispier. Habang inaantay natin yan, gawa na tayo nung pinaka-importanting bagay dito, yung sauce, diba? So we say, the sauce makes the dish. So gawa tayo nung nukmam. Nukmam yung patis yung Thai patis. But yeah, we're gonna make nampla or the Thai dipping sauce, yung fish-based dipping sauce. So yan pa, kung Pilipino tayo, sausawan natin sa lahat, patis kalamansi o toyo kalamansi. But ito, more or less, parang patis kalamansi lang siya with a lot of different herbs and spices. So, I'm gonna start with our lime o yung dayap. Kung kalamansi lang meron kayo, it's totally fine. You can use kalamansi. Baka tayo dalawa, dayap tsaka lemon para two-tone. Diba? Habang pag nag-aano ka talaga, dalawa dapat. Sabi hindi lang pwede kaliwa lang, kanan lang kasi lalaki isang kamay mo pagka kaliwa lang, tapos kanan. Diba? Kailangan dalawa. Ako nito, so pag-pag mo na gano'n. Diba? Kung yun, diba? Babalik yun, may papasa ulit. Ito. Okay. Kailangan natin gamitin din yung zest. Might as well kasi most of the essence comes in the zest. Yung pinaka-outer skin nung lemon or nung lime. Parang nandun yung pinaka-amoy niya. So yun, gamit natin yung zest. Just scrape it up. Using grater. Scrape and turn. Scrape, turn. Para hindi kayo aabot sa white part nung or the pith. You don't want the pith because yun yung mapait na part, yung white part. And slice up our lemon and lime and squeeze it in. The last segment, keep na lang natin siya para for garnish later. So yung basically gumagawa tayo ng Thai vinaigrette. But so what's vinaigrette? Vinaigrette nga, di ba? Is a dressing for usually for salads or pwede mo rin siyang gawin ng dipping sauce in this case. You have here, again, ito importante nga sa akin, is the Thai fish sauce. So if you don't have Thai fish sauce, you can use the ordinary fish sauce. Add that in. A little bit of vinegar, pampadami lang ng acid kung kulang yung kung kulang yung pinaka citrus fruits nyo, you can add a little bit of vinegar. Now we're gonna add our sugar. So again, if you're doing an authentic Thai dish, you can use palm sugar. Gagayatin nyo siya, parang panot siya. It's like brown and brown yung sugar yun. Made out of palm, made out of palm. But yeah, you can just use ordinary brown sugar or kung gusto nyo, muscovado para mas Filipino. And then I have here some sesame oil. Ito na yung pinaka-oil part niya. But I'm not gonna add too much. Hindi masyado maraming oil. So, unlike yung pinaka-usual vinaigrette proportions, which is 1:3 nga tayo, konti lang, lalagay ko just to give it that nutty flavor. We're gonna add the aromatics or the Asian or the Thai aromatics like this one. I'm using, first one is a kaffir lime leaves. So what you wanna do with the kaffir lime leaves? Ito, hindi naman readily available masyado sa mga groceries or sa market. But if you can find use it. Pero if you don't, that's totally fine kung wala. What you wanna do with this is, take out the spine, yung pinakagitnang part or matigas na part ng pinaka leaves. So, cut that out. Fold it in half para ma-expose mo yung spine, and then just cut it up. And we're just gonna use a few leaves. So, stack it all together. And smell, kita mo yan, very aromatic. So, mapaamoy sa inyo, but yeah, hindi siya masyado maamoy, but hindi niya pala talaga maamoy, sorry. Hindi mo siya maamoy because yeah, of course, kung may smell-o-vision na tayo, maamoy niya siya. Kaso gusto ko sana paamoy kay Dex, pero wala siyang pang-amoy. Wala na talaga. Sobrang ano na to eh. Sobrang parado yung ilong niya eh. Parati kaya wala siyang pang-amoy. And I'm gonna add some red onions to this also. Just cut it up. Open it up. So what you want with this, yung red onions, you want to cut it finely or maging fine julienne siya. Maninipis lang yung maninipis na julienne. Or maninipis na strips. Very thin strips. Very thin slices. Be careful of your fingers. You have to be aware where they are all the time. So curl your fingers like that. Tuck your thumb behind. Yeah. You don't have to chop it that fast. But yeah, mayabang lang ako yan. Iwa ako mabilis. And we can add again a little bit of cilantro or yung wansoy. Grab a bunch lang siya na ganyan, and give it a nice rough chop. And diretso na natin siya dito. Okay? If you want it spicy, of course, meron tayong fresh red chilies o yung labuyo. Again, it's up to you kung gaano karami gusto nyo ilagay. Gusto nyo marami, can add a lot. Well, actually, I like a lot. Pero, yeah, just for consideration sa iba, dalawa na lang ilalagay natin. Give it a chop. Run it through with your knife some more, pero hindi naman sobrang lalaki. And down to try it. Just gonna wash my hands first. Hugasan muna tayo kamay because mahirap magtrabaho na hindi ka chop ka ng sili. Tapos hindi ka mahugas ang kamay. Pag nag-CR ka, imagine mo na lang kung ano mangyayari sa'yo. Yan, see the dressing. Dressing pa lang yan. So it's just the dip for your Thai shrimp fritters. But yeah, dami na. So it has all the flavors or a lot of flavors in it, diba? Can add a little bit more spring onions. Spring onions and a touch of water. Maybe around 2 to 3 tablespoons. Just to thin out, medyo malabnawin ng konti natin yung lasa because we don't want yung overpowering flavors ng vinegar tsaka ng lime and lemon, matapang masyado tsaka yung patis. But yeah, this is the sauce. Taste muna natin. Awesome. Dex ka, tignan mo.
Pakilaw na naman yun, ha?
Dahil yung uko yung papatigin mo sa'yo. Tignan mo lang.
Gusto mo talaga.
Kaya lang, nag-pre-lock na tayo. Tingnan mo, gawin pa yun naman tayo.
Tingnan mo. Isang forma natin, di ba?
Tingnan mo muna, dali.
Okay.
Tingnan mo muna. Oh, magbabalik.
Siyempre.
Okay, dali na. Sige, bumalik ka na doon. Nagbawa na doon.
Oh, so ngayon.
Sige na.
Kunti na.
Magulo. Now, pwede na tayo mag-start mag-fry. Alright. Hindi na natin yun. So medium high heat lang tayo ha. We don't want to para masunog agad ilabas ng ukoy before even maging crispy siya. Because we want it to dry out a little para maging malutong. So some other yung ibang ukoy na nakain, mas maraming vegetable. Of course, medyo mahal yung hipon, but yeah, ito nakikita yun. Very chunky. Shrimp talaga yung sa akin. Grab a little bit of that. Maybe scoop of your ukoy. Okay lang yan, kahit may malagpas-lagpas ng konti sa gila. Nag-grab some of the konti pa ng butter. Stick together, sigurado na hindi siya. Then make sure your oil is not that hot. Kaya muna tayo isa. Very good, very nice. Gusto ko yung ganyan medyo nag-ano yung sa sides. Medyo, yeah, parang may mga extension, parang mga spider legs. Kind of sexy, diba? Sexy. More scoop. Yan, 2 at a time lang. And what's important here is medium heat lang siya. So again, medyo makapal ka rin siya. So the heat reaches inside. Kailangan maluto yung loob bago mag-brown or masunog yung labas. And it ends up crispy na mag-dry out siya ng konti. So hindi pwede masyadong malakas yung apoy. So patience. Dahan-dahan lang tayo. Sa middle, lang. Slice. Okay. Yes. So ready na yung dressing. Now we're just gonna flip our okoy. Or sorry, not okoy. Thai shrimp. Malabas talaga mo. Kaya okay lang yun. Ganun talaga yan. Nilagay mo na sa menu yun. Pag nilagay mo sa menu, konting lande, di ba? Lalandi mo na konti, pero pag ganito lang, okay lang yan. Pwede na, okay lang yan. Pwede na. Di ba nakagad, no? Di pa tapos yung trabaho. Magbabalot ka pa mamaya ng
Bilisan mo ka dyan.
Magbabalot ka pa ng anong tawag doon? Gagawa pa siya ng green curry. Magluto ko kay green curry doon sa kabila. Okay, kaya ako pati yun.
Bilisan mo, hintay ka ba?
Alright. Actually, maganda rin to. What you can do with this, pwede mo siyang gawing shrimp, Thai shrimp fritter, burger. Diba? Burger. Lagyan mo siya na burger. Lagyan mo sa burger buns. Tapos yung pinaka parang relish mo or toast mo is your papaya salad. Lagyan mo lang ng konting mayonnaise and then para. Plate. So we fried up our Thai shrimp fritters. And of course, meron nga Thai side. Again, extra na green papaya. And of course, our dressing. Yung nampla. So same dressing lang ilalagay natin dito sa salad. Not too much. So lang natin may konting flavor lang yung salad. Sarap. That's good. Try natin. Okay. Gusto mo natin. Nakikita yung mga colors nga. Ito yung maganda sa mga Asian dishes. Very, very colorful. Good. Just place it there. Right. And of course, the dressing. Or pinaka-dip. So, dressing or dipping sauce. Pwede itong gamitin, itong nampla. Actually, sa mga fried fish or fried na, kasi kahit meat, pork, beef, gamitin nyo itong dressing na to. It's gonna be good. Very good. And finally, we have our fritters. Okay, so we're just gonna put maybe 3, 2, and the last one. Yung dalawa na natitira for the boys na to. Sabi na lang natin. And then, siyempre, lalagyan natin siya konting of course, meron tayong mga kaffir lime leaves. Just spread it around. Place it on either side. Get some leaves. Hindi na masyado perfect yung pagkakaan sa kanya. Basta drop it on. Sit there. And a little bit more. And since may nilagay tayo sesame seeds, sesame oil doon sa may nilagay tayo sesame oil sa dressing, gonna add some sesame seeds also. Over. Final touches. And finally, we have some lime and lemon wedge. Lagyan natin on the side like that. Kanina, again, very straightforward. Shrimp fritters, Thai style shrimp fritters. Basically, in Tagalog, kung Pilipino yung gumagawa nun, gumagawa lang tayo ng okoy. And again, we made it Thai style or we use a lot of Thai ingredients or mga Asian ingredients that that actually leveled up ng konti. Inangat natin ng konti yung level ng simpleng ukoy because we added some other herbs and spices to it. And of course, yung dipping sauce na ginawa natin, di ba? Yung nampla. Diba? Yun yung fish sauce-based vinaigrette na ginamit, pwede rin natin gamitin doon sa papaya salad. But yeah, you know, all of those elements complemented each other well. Of course, crispy yung natin, hipon with the vegetables, very, very healthy. Even the dipping sauce itself is healthy itself. So again,
tied up together very, very well. And yeah, sarap lang siya. Pwede mo ulamin. Again, very versatile. Pwede mo siyang ulamin. Pwede mo siyang palaman sa burger nga. Tapos pwede mo rin siyang, just as is. Sabay mo lang sa beer. You're good to go. Solid na tayo. And yeah, very simple. Nothing else to do. No frills. And yeah, I'm sure you guys are gonna enjoy that. Try it.